What is going on, you guys? I am D Venom, and welcome to my particular YouTube platform, especially my YouTube followers. Thank you guys so much for embracing the platform with your energies. I do want to apologize for the lighting. My tripod is not working properly, and I do know that I won't be getting another tripod from Walmart. I've had plenty of tripods from Walmart, and for some reason these lights burn out they just burn out quickly. One little thing that happens, the whole fucking tripod fucks up. So I don't want to waste any more money on any more Walmart tripods. They pretty much suck. Anyway, you guys, aside from apologizing about my Walmart tripod and the lighting, I want to apologize in regard to not being as active on my YouTube platform like I am on other platforms. And to be quite frank, I have not been active on any of my platforms considering the shit that I've been going through behind the scenes that I had to deal with. I see that I lost a YouTube follower, and there's nothing that I can do about that. The only thing that I can do is pick up the pieces of the puzzle to my life, keep it moving, and just allow the spiritual realm to find those followers along the way and embrace them, to my platform. Aside from that, if you decide to sever ways, then that is your business. I can't do anything about that. Anyway. There has been a lot going on. I have experienced racism on my Podbean podcast when I went live. This was a couple of weeks ago. I experienced racism at my place of employment. This was about around my birthday sometime. Let's see, my car fucked up on me on my birthday, and I had to spend $623.18 to get her fixed. My hair did not get done for my birthday. That was a big bummer. Let's see what else. My toe has been really fucking up in regard to the hammer toe on my left foot. Any amount of pressure, even from socks, irritate that particular toe. And I bought some toe protectants or toe caps from Amazon, and even those irritate my hammer toe. It's to the point where I want to cut the bitch off and give it to one of you motherfuckers because I'm sick and tired of it. It's excruciating pain. It's intermittent. It's sharp. It's within the nail bed. It's underneath the toe. It's on the tip of the toe. It's just all around the toe. And I don't like it at all. Anyway, we'll talk about that momentarily along with everything else. I just really do want to take this opportunity to apologize to you guys because I had to focus on myself. If I don't have me right, then I won't be right for you guys and or the world. And it's not about me, it's about you guys. And I had a huge relapse, unfortunately, around my birthday weekend. And, we'll talk about that here soon. Anyway, I do recall that the days leading up to my birthday were absolutely fantastic. My car was operable. I have food over my stomach. I have a roof over my head. I'm alive. I've been woke up to see another birthday. What more could I ask for? My mom is still here. My eldest sibling is still here. My nieces are still here, even though we really don't talk. But, they're here. Everything is within alignment. And I couldn't be happier. Anyway, I arrived to work around 6 something, 7 something in the morning. And I work a half a day because I was supposed to have been getting my hair done. I was supposed to have been getting my hair done in faux locks. If you are familiar with faux locks, then you already know that they are fake dreadlocks. Anyway, I worked that half a day. I get off work. I arrive at the hairstylist with the faux locks and everything. And my stylist knew, or the stylist already knew ahead of time that my hair is pretty damaged underneath the weave and everything. But to see how damaged it is a whole different story. Unfortunately, this part of my hair, the bang area, isn't even secure on my head because my real bang area is experiencing it's experiencing male pattern baldness along with the hair that I ripped out because I was impatient in regard to taking down my crochets the last time. And like I said, I just ripped out a large amount of my hair. Anyway, I bought, when I took the faux locks back in order to get some more of this particular hair, I bought some rosemary oil 100% because I heard that that is really good at stimulating the hair follicles. And I also bought some black castor oil biotin, which is also good at growing hair and stimulating the hair follicles. So hopefully this will give my hair some relief and sprout some new hair along the way. But aside from that, if the wind blew my hair, all of this is going back, and you're going to see the bang area and how thin it is and whatever else. And it's quite embarrassing, but there's nothing I can do about it as of right now. So anyway, the stylist, it came time for them to consult me and my hair and, to see my hair and how damaged it is. They were shocked and the look on their face, they either wanted to laugh or I don't know. I just know that the look on their face made me feel a particular way and I felt embarrassed and they were trying to figure out how they wanted to do the bang area, if they wanted to glue it down, which I really don't want because glue is just going to pull my hair even more, if they wanted to sew it down, but that is impossible considering, it's very thin around there and you can barely get it to braid down to sew, or tape it down, which would probably be better. Put tape around the peripheral of the bang area and let that be the reason. So taping the hair down would probably be my best option. But either way it goes, they were trying to figure out what could they do with my hair. Now, they could have done my hair and got away with $100 and something, considering they were going to take this down, put in the fake dreadlocks and whatever else. But the stylist was very honest with me and told me that doing the fake dreadlocks just would not, it would look right within, it would look right for 2 weeks, but after that 2 weeks, what will my hair look like? And, it would just be fucked up. And it had to be to a point where it could camouflage and cover my real bang area. And, they just couldn't see the fake dreadlocks doing that. And that particular style that I wanted in regard to a faux lock mohawk was just not going to happen due to my own hair being damaged and whatever. So we basically agreed to stay with this particular style. And, but the only thing is I didn't have that particular hair on me and neither did the stylist. So I would have to take that particular hair back, the faux locks, back to Grand Beauty Mart, that's where I bought it from here in Arizona. I would have to take it back to that particular beauty mart in order to, exchange it in for this particular hair. But by the time I would make it over there, it would be 20 something minutes in and my stylist had to pick up their child from, school. And they also had other obligations, which, was pretty much their other clients. So to try to fit me in there once I came back, it would have been difficult. Plus where my stylist does hair at, they would have to be out of there at a certain time. So it was just pressing for time in regard to getting my hair done. And in a nutshell, we rescheduled for the 17th. Hold on. Okay. So in a nutshell, we would have to reschedule for the 17th in order for me to get my hair done, the 17th of this month. So I'm going to have to make this hairstyle look the best that I can possibly do until the 17th. And hopefully the stylist can do something with my hair and go from there. So that sucked. Once I left the stylist, I, was bummed out that I couldn't get my hair done, but I kept my vibrations high by, playing music and singing and whatever else. I was I was playing the instrumental of Perfect Man by Destiny's Child and Timbaland, courtesy of YouTube in my car when I left the beauty salon. And I was on my way to Grand Beauty Mart, which was about, I was 6 minutes in before my car took out on me, before I got to Grand Beauty Mart. But anyway, as I'm driving along thinking I'm cute, playing the instrumental to Perfect Man by Destiny's Child, the Romeo Must Die soundtrack, my car just clunked out on me. Now, the stereo was still going. The air conditioner was still going. Everything was still operable aside from me pressing on the gas and nothing happening. So I thought it was my alternator that went out, and I was on Indian School and the freeway near the Shamrock distribution warehouse where they have bulks of Shamrock food that they distribute to schools and things of that particular nature. Anyway, I had to pull in that particular parking lot because my car wouldn't go anywhere else. I'm pissed off because, this is my birthday and nothing is going right. And I believe nothing was going right because the universe knew what type of decisions I had brewing in my head, and that was to use methamphetamine. For my birthday, the universe was showing me a fucking lesson. Anyway, I ended up calling a tow truck, which cost me $100 and some fucking dollars. Considering the tow truck driver did take me home and I paid them for that. So it was $100 and some dollars. My car sat at ABC Nissan over the motherfucking weekend because they had to order a part for it. Come to find out it was a wiring issue. A wire wasn't supposed to be in this particular place that it was. And I believe it was due to my impetuosity while I was high under the influence of methamphetamine. And it could have not been because I had some accidents that happened that wasn't drug related. But anyway, I recall myself hitting not pedestrians, but the curb or whatever, trying to get at dick on several of the motherfucking occasions. And I could have knocked some things out of place, including this wire, while I was trying to get at dick. And that's the only thing that I could possibly think of, unless I hit a pothole or something like that and it knocked this wire out of place. But anyway, the wire was rubbing up against the ignition cord or something of that particular nature, which burnt a fuse. And luckily my car didn't catch on fire or anything like that, because from what I understand, that particular wire was not supposed to be in that particular place rubbing up against that wire that it was rubbing up against. So thank God nothing else happened aside from that fuse being burnt out or blown. But anyway, my car gets fixed. But before I go pick my car up, I made the decision to relapse. And I remember that Saturday, my toe hurting and everything. I left from this apartment and I went and walked down the street to the local 7-Eleven where, scallywags and drug addicts and shit like that hang out. And I was trying to score methamphetamine, but unfortunately no one was in the area that, knew where to get any at. So I was like, fuck it, I will walk from here all the way to motherfucking 32nd Street and Greenway to that particular Circle K, because that is definitely known for having scallywags and drug addicts out there. And I will see about getting, what I want there. Anyway, I walked toe hurting everything else from my apartment to the Circle K down the street from me. And along the way, you guys, to the Circle K down the street from me, before I decided to walk to 32nd Street and Greenway, I ran across on two separate occasions 2 pigeon feathers, and they were the most beautifulest feathers that I have seen in a long time. And I picked them up and I kept them. This was significant and symbolic to me because the angels were letting me know, even though you are making impetuous decisions at this particular point, we are still with you. We are still guiding you. We are still protecting you, and whatever else. But I still, even after picking up those feathers and knowing what that meant to me, I still made the decision to take my ass out there and, get high. Anyway, I scored methamphetamine at the Circle K on 32nd and Greenway here in Arizona. And I ended up abusing it there at the Circle K, or in that vicinity. And from there, I walked back home, toe hurting and whatever else, and ran across the scallywag that I picked up once before and brought them back here. For what, I don't know, because it was short-lived, because the scallywag has some type of mental impairment where they make noises a lot. And it's okay for outside, you know what I'm saying? But indoors, when it is like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning and your neighbors are asleep or whatever the case may be, the last thing that I and your neighbors are probably wanting to hear is somebody going, sound like moaning or whatever. But it sounded like the worst porno moaning. I mean, it sounded like the worst porno moaning that you can possibly hear at that time in the morning. Though he was not moaning, they were, like I said, had going through their mental impairment. Plus, they were high on methamphetamine on top of that. Anyway, I put them out because I couldn't handle it anymore, with the moaning or whatever, the noises. I just couldn't handle it. And anyway, I continued on with the party. I continued on by myself, and I continued on until the next day. Anyway, I remember I broke out a little bit on my forehead. I broke out a little bit on my shoulders, because the dope obviously was was bad. But I remember that the come down from it all, because, getting high was fine. I was up, I was going, I was horned up, whatever else the case may be. But that come down just really had me fucked up. And I just needed to rest. And I tried to create episodes for Podbean and you guys, but I was so tired. Plus, I was smoking indicas for the pain in regard to my damn toe, that I just would, I would just be knocked the fuck out. I had nothing else to do, except for sleep, because I was high on the indicas. And plus I was, rejuvenating myself and realigning my mind, body, and spirit from, the episode from being in the Matrix. And, it was a lot, and my body went through it. And, I'm glad that it did, because do I want to go through that again? No. But if I relapse, and I would just pick up the pieces and just continue on, just like I did, with the last episode. Anyway, that's what happened in regard to the relapse. So I got my shit together that Monday, and come November 4th, 2024, I have been pretty much clean from methamphetamine. October 8th, 2024 would have been the last of that in regard to the relapse, had I not went off the straight and narrow. But I did, and unfortunately, November 4th marks the day that I decided I'm going to get clean again. We have to start from somewhere, and I've now been clean for about 5 days now. Anyway, experiencing racism on Podbean. I decided to go live. I decided to go live on Podbean about a week ago, and my live sessions was successful. Everything was fine. And I don't know. I do know there was a person that called themselves Indian, and they were supposed to be a lighter skinned Indian based upon their pictures, which looked fake as fuck. Anyway, this Indian was living in Dubai, and they quote unquote wanted to fly me out there for 6.5 inches worth of dick. I can get that here in the States and either be satisfied or not. But anyway, it was just far-fetched that this person wanted to fly me out to motherfucking Dubai just to fuck with them on a sexual level. We talked on the live chat for a while. After a certain period, the live chats will end, and you basically have to start the room all over again. And every time that them live sessions would end, I would start the room over again, and this time this person would be in the room. Anyway, long story short, Thomas and I had some words because I was trying to set up my Discord account. Discord is something that the podcast world knows about. It's a chat meet type of place, like another AOL, but better. There's different rooms to meet people in, whatever else. So I was setting up my account, and I was also entertaining this Thomas person, whom later admitted that their real name is Avinash, which sounds a little bit more Indianish. Anyway, Avinash, aka Thomas, who also goes by Crazy Paul 0513 on Discord. That's right. Look for this person, Crazy Paul 0513 on Discord. This person is the racist Indian. Anyway, or whatever nationality this motherfucker is. But anyway, long story short, after I was trying to multitask and entertain Abinash, aka Thomas, and set up my Discord account, they said that I was slow. Now, they didn't say anything about me being slow in regard to creating my account on Discord. They said, bro, you slow and something else. And that's when I flew off the handle. I remember being young and the doctors not using the word ADHD. They used the word slow. And I remember my mom, my grandmother, after a test or two that I had to take, I remember the doctor sitting my mom, my grandmother, and I down and basically telling them, your youngest child or son or whatever the case may be, they are going to be pretty much slow when they get older. And, that it crushed me. I remember crying and everything. And I remember being, comforted by my, grandmother and mom or whatever the case may be, because I was crushed. What child wants to hear that they're going to be slow? I mean, even though I did not know what ADHD was or, at that time, the words ADHD would have been a lot better instead of saying slow. So I fought against those doctors' words ever since I heard them, and it pisses me off to be called inadequate, slow, less than smart, stupid, or any of that. It definitely triggers me. I just, it's just, it's a lot, you guys, and I do apologize for being ADHD and jumping off track and losing my train of thought. I just have so much on my mind and so much to share with you guys, and I want to get this all out in a timely manner and not take up so much of your guys' time. But yes, you guys, this racist Indian or whatever the case may be is who I had a fallout with on my live session. Let me rephrase. This racist Indian is who I had a fallout with when I went live on Podbean. And anyway, after they disrespected me, I pretty much, cussed their asses out about that bullshit. And I checked them, and I backed them up in a corner verbally, and they had no other excuse for themselves but to turn racist and call me the N-word and whatever else the case may be. You know what, white people and or people that aren't melanin, when you get backed up in a corner by someone brown, don't get all upset about it, especially when they are speaking truth in the matter. He was all type of faggots. He was all type of everything. And then the dumbass thought that our conversation wasn't being recorded. When you go into them live chats like that, they are being recorded, my voice and their voice. And I uploaded that shit on my Podbean podcast because you're not going to try to play me stupid and make me feel like I'm inadequate because you feel a particular way about your own motherfucking self. But anyway, you know, I had to, you know, I took a little bit of a breather from podcasts for a minute because I didn't create my platform for trolls that don't have a life to come on and show their true colors. That's not what I created my Podbean podcast for. Anyway, the racism at work. I remember I was catching not Ubers because I don't fuck with Uber. I was taking lifts back and forth to work because my car was in the shop over my birthday weekend. Thursday, the 31st was my birthday, which my car fucked up. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, my car was in the shop. That Monday, it got fixed. Anyway, I think it was that Friday while after work. I remember I went to go sit on the side of the building and gym was taking place. There was a door that had windows to it and you can see in and out of the windows. I wasn't paying the gym class no attention. I was setting up my lift ride and I wanted to get the fuck out of there so I can rest my feet, check on my car, whatever else the case may be. Anyway, I'm sitting there and I overhear the teachers talking amongst each other. It was a male and a female. They were pretty much pondering what was I doing sitting out there on that bench. And if any of the kids were smart and if any of the motherfucking teachers were smart, they would know that I work for the school and I'm not just some random ass black person sitting on their property, you know, playing on my phone. Anyway, I heard a guy say, I don't know why they're out there. And I can tell the difference between a child's voice and an adult voice. It was an adult, not no fucking child from what the teacher, you know, want to claim. But anyway, I overheard a male say, I don't know what they're doing sitting out there, blah, blah, blah. And obviously someone else inquired about me. And then I overheard a female say, I don't know, some black person is sitting outside, blah, 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 blah. And, you know, you're in a gym room. The acoustics in the gym room are 100, okay? So I heard everything echoing through that motherfucking gym room in regard to what they said. And it echoed from the inside and it came on the outside where I was sitting at. And it pissed me off because I have a name. I'm not just some random ass black person that decided to go sit on a middle school property and not have any motherfucking thing to do. I mean, have y'all had black people sitting out there? I mean, random black people just sitting on your, I mean, I don't think so. Anyway, I just think the comment was meant to be said. I think that they wanted to say it because they said it loud and clear for me to say it and for them to be adults in the situation and have them middle school kids coming back and forth to the damn window looking at me or whatever the case may be. Yes, it pissed me off. And I yelled out, bitch, I work for this motherfucking school. And I was snapping. So then I took it to the authorities above their head, above the teachers, the gym teachers' heads. And I went and talked to the front desk about it. And front desk said that they were going to address the teachers in regard to that comment. So come that Monday, I go back to work and it's still on my head in regard to how I was treated and what was said. So I called the school while I was working at the school and I talked to the front desk once again, who transferred me or who basically transferred me over to the principal. And I talked to the principal about it. The principal knows me because they introduced themselves to me while maybe a couple of days in while I was working for the middle school. Anyway, the principal was just like, they were going to talk about this and be, whatever else. So obviously they did, because a couple of days later I had a few teachers coming up to me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear what happened, blah, 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 blah. I hope you don't think it's me. I wouldn't say anything like that. And I mean, they were scared, boy, because I pretty much had jobs or a job in the palm of my hands. And if I were to take further actions on it, things probably would go down in regard to people being reprimanded, in regard to opening their big motherfucking mouths when they should have kept that shit shut. Anyway, one teacher that was a gym teacher, who I think is the motherfucker that said it, because they were working that particular Friday, but they were off that Monday, came to me that Tuesday and was just like, I wanted to talk to you, blah, 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 blah. I hope you didn't think that I, was saying that, you were the black person that was sitting outside. They were trying to explain themselves, and they used the most stupidest motherfucking explanation possible in regard to they seen a big black crow outside, and they told the class, look at the big black crow that was sitting outside, blah, 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 blah. And I didn't see no big black crow while I was sitting out there. So I would like to have seen exactly what the motherfucking kids seen, because I didn't see no big black crow out there. I was the only black motherfucker that was out there, or a brown motherfucker that was out there at that time. Any motherfucking way. They were just basically spilling all the excuses possible in order to make themselves look good in the situation. And mind you, this gym teacher looked like a whole full-blown motherfucking lesbian. So you can't talk about anybody. And then they gonna try to blame the kids. Well, are you sure that it wasn't the kids that, were saying something? Because let them tell it, there are some prejudiced kids that go to the school, which I believe, because, the school is predominantly white, and, most of the kids seem like they probably do come from that type of background in regard to prejudice. But anyway, I hope that's not the case, because my thing is, you guys are the adults in the situation. Y'all could have chose better words, because y'all are a reflection of what these damn kids see. And if they are practicing prejudice acts around the school, maybe they got it from you motherfuckers. But anyway, in regard to the damn teachers. But anyway, I was just listening to this lame ass excuse that was coming from this bitch mouth. And I'm just like, okay, whatever, and I hate to call her a bitch, but I honestly believe this is the motherfucker that used that damn racial term. But anyway, long story short, I believe that is being swept under the rug, because nothing else has been said to me in regard to the situation. And I honestly believe that it has been swept under the rug. I applaud the principal and the lady at the front desk, because they did take action and they done something about it. Now, from my understanding, they don't play that when it comes to racial stuff, because I guess some of the kids have been racial towards each other at the damn school. So they did take action, and I do applaud the middle school that I work at in regard to that. But if I known, I wish I just would have got up right then and there when it was said. So therefore I could have told which teachers it was, and they could have got their asses in trouble. But I was so busy focused on my Lyft ride that when I did get up and look inside of the gym room, the gym class was over, and there was a few kids that were looking out of the window at me, and that was pretty much that. But I don't want to hate anyone. My thing is, I just want to know who said it, because I don't want anyone in my face kikiing and laughing and stuff like that, knowing that they said what they said in regard to me. I want to keep aloofness away from that motherfucker that pretty much said what they said. But in a nutshell, you guys, those are some of the things that I have been going through behind the scenes. And again, I'm not trying to ignore you guys. I had to get me right in regard to that last relapse, because it was truthfully a motherfucker that when I went through that relapse. And I just had to get me aligned again in regard to the mind, body, and the spirit. But I am back. I'm aligned, and I have some tricks up my sleeve. I will be going to the thrift store to purchase a little something, something, so I can step out of bounds and start doing some ASMR videos and whatnot. But anyway, you guys, I'm going to end this video. Thank you guys so much for, just allowing me to explain myself. I wanted to be as honest with you guys as I possibly could in regard to my situation and what I've been going through, so that you guys won't think that I'm trying to play you or lying to you or anything of that particular nature. Sorry, you guys, my finger hit the phone. Anyway, you guys, remain blessed. And my people of addiction out there, if you are struggling and going through it, just know that all will be okay. Just turn your battle to the spiritual realm, allow them to handle it. And when they start winning within the spiritual realm, you will start winning within this realm. Anyway, you guys, namaste. And until my next upload, y'all be good. Bye-bye.